6:17 on this Sunday morning, which for many areas is starting out pretty cloudy. We had some showers and thunderstorms roll across Baca County last night, but looking good in Springfield this morning. Partly cloudy conditions. The sun is sneaking underneath the clouds at the moment. Real pretty sunrise start to the day. It looks great out there in Baca County. Temperatures are in the 50s right now. We're pretty cloudy around Colorado Springs. It's 54 degrees at Phil Long Kia. Again, you can see some brightening on the eastern horizon, but overhead right now the clouds are actually pretty thick, and it wouldn't surprise me if you had a few sprinkles at some point this morning. We also think we'll have a little more low-level moisture today. Notice some of the darker greens, while still out in eastern Colorado, they kind of make a little bit of a run into the front range. And so if we get some storms to go, there's enough water in the air that they might produce some bursts of heavy rain as they drift overhead. High temperatures are going to be pretty nice again today, but right now we're comfortably cool in the 50s and 60s. Mountain areas mostly in the 40s and 50s, but Alamosa's dipped back into the upper 30s. So Skycast picks up on a good bit of cloud cover this morning. Notice at noon we get some showers to develop primarily over mountain areas, and then they kind of drift away from the front range. And then we end up with a couple of hours where we are going to see some sun and warm up. Then eventually that means the storms will probably rebuild as the atmosphere cooks a little bit. And at 4 o'clock this afternoon we have a mixture of clouds and sun along the front range. Still looks like most of the storms at that point will be located over and near the mountains and in a scattered fashion. So high temperatures today real close to seasonal averages in the 80s to around 90 at lower elevations. 60s and 70s for the mountains and mountain valleys, and we don't expect much wind outside of any wind that the storms may kick up as they roll through. We do think we'll have a better coverage of storms as we move into the evening. Notice Skycast by 8 o'clock does break out areas of what could be some decent thunderstorms over the front range from I-25 eastward. And notice also we have some of the yellows and oranges on the map. So it's an indication that these storms could be strong enough to produce some heavy rain, certainly some frequent lightning and gusty wind, maybe even some small hail. Those will then continue probably through about midnight or so across the plains before they gradually wind down overnight. And then tomorrow also looks like a day where we could pick up some decent thunderstorms with a good chance for some heavier rain with any stronger cells. Temperatures won't change much over the next few days. We may cool just a couple of degrees into the 70s. Towards the end of the week, it does appear we'll get a little bit warmer and probably start to dry things out some too. Overnight lows pretty much the entire week will be in the 50s around Colorado Springs. Pueblo will have you in the upper 80s to near 90 today and then cool off maybe into the mid 80s for a few days before creeping up again towards the end of the week. Thunderstorm chances are going to be best over the next couple of days. Afterwards, looks like we'll just be partly cloudy and quiet. Canyon City, high temperatures in the 80s throughout the period, overnight lows in the 50s. Probably see your best chance for rain today and tomorrow. Tuesday we couldn't rule out some storms, but the atmosphere may start drying out at that time. And then afterwards it just looks partly cloudy the rest of the week. Mountain areas, upper 60s to lower 70s for highs, 40s for lows. Could pick up some heavier rain, particularly tomorrow as it appears now, and then not quite ready to yank the mention of storms entirely from the forecast through the end of the week over the mountains. But even there, we're talking about pretty spotty activity once we get past, say, Tuesday afternoon.
Overall, not too bad, though. Nice little cool off, some warm weather as well. So.
And maybe even enough rain to help with the lawns.
There we go. All right, thanks, Marty.
You're welcome.